Hey guys, Coley here to talk to you about wall breakers. I've decided to make this video because I'm sick of seeing people fail with wall breakers. Now, I don't know if this is due to not understanding the mechanics of the game, but I'm just going to shed some light on to why you're failing with the wall breakers and how to stop this. And hopefully this will be the end of these kind of errors. First thing we're going to take a look at is the wall breaker itself. As we know, it doesn't have very many hit points, only 42, and it damage on its own. It's designed for one primary purpose, and that's destroying walls. It does 40 times damage to walls, and they are very. The main point with these is at level 5, at level whatever, it's irrelevant. They have very little hit points. They will be one shot by anything in the game. Small bombs, wizard towers, especially max wizard towers. At the town hall, we're talking max here. Mortars, anything's going to one shot these little boys. So first thing we're going to talk about is how many we need. So it's 2 wall breakers for the black skull walls, the level 8 walls. It is 3 wall breakers for a Lego wall, and it is 3 wall breakers to blow up a lava wall, level 10. Okay. Before I go any further, I want to talk about not the wall breakers themselves, but the defenses, wizard towers and mortars particularly. And for those of you who don't play games regularly, there is something called AoE in games, or area of effect, or area splash, or splash damage as we call it. And splash damage is exactly what it says on the tin. It's you imagine throwing a water bomb at somebody. When it explodes, the person next to them will get wet. You know, the splash of I threw a water balloon at you, and you've got your mate standing next to you. The water balloon explodes, and the water goes on him as well as the other people. You know, if I threw a water bomb at one person and there was 4 people around him, all 4 people are going to get wet. That is the idea behind splash damage, and that's exactly what wizard towers here do. They do area splash. So, for example, if you put a golem down and have 5 archers around, the wizard tower is going to shoot the golem. It's then going to radiate off the giant or golem and then kill those archer towers. Therefore, when you place a wall breaker down on top of a golem that is being shot by a mortar or a wizard tower, that wall breaker will die. And this is what's happening. This is called splash damage. And I keep typing it in chat, splash damage. And I don't think people know what splash damage is. Well, there you go. I've just gave you exactly what it is. And the other targets that do this are mortars. So imagine a mortar fires a water balloon into the air. When it hits the ground, it splashes everything in a small radius. And that's how it works. It doesn't split the damage. It does, and a wizard tower does the same damage to its primary target as it does to the surrounding targets. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a example. Now, I'm using Bob's example, but it's nothing against Bob, because I see a lot of people doing this. So I'm just trying to clear it up. It just has to be Bob's because it was a really good example of me getting annoyed and why I get annoyed and why I don't want to see this anymore. Okay, so he's going to use his kill squad here in a second. And my initial thoughts when watching this video live was, don't you dare put those wall breakers down. And I'll show you why. So he does a kill squad. There's not much wrong with it. You know, it's fairly 3 golem kill squad. So what he's got there, and what we've got there is we have a golem being shot by a wizard tower, that mortar and that wizard tower, that Tesla, that cannon, and that cannon. So a golem there getting pretty peppered. But in amongst those defences are the splash damage, which is the wizard tower and the mortar. Now, obviously, you can see that little purple explosion there. That is hitting everything around that golem. So I'm there, when I'm watching this attack, I'm thinking, don't you dare throw those wall breakers, or throw a wall breaker on top of that golem. Don't you dare. So I continue watching with bated breath, thinking, oh, please don't, and then this happens. So he places 1, and it dies to the splash damage, and then he doesn't realise what's going on, and then places another 1, and another 1, and another 1. Why? Now, if this person, or Bob, understood that what splash damage was, he wouldn't have done that. So it has to lead me to make this video to explain to you why you were losing your wall breakers. He could have broken this wall or this wall away from the splash damage. The whole point of when you make a kill squad is to to direct the defences away from your wall breakers with your golems, or particularly mortars and wizard towers. Now, I've done a video on how to do a kill squad, and in that video I actually explain how this is done, so you can refer to that video. Also, I want to talk about taking too many wall breakers. You should only really take one more wall breaker than you actually need, because the only things that should be killing your wall breakers are traps, spring traps and small bombs, because you don't know where they are. So therefore, you place a single wall breaker down, and if it gets hit by a spring trap, then you've still got 3 wall breakers, enough to break a Lego or lava wall. Taking too many wall breakers is a hindrance, and people don't seem to realise this. If you take 8 wall breakers and you stick them all down, yes, I broke the wall because I'm frightened of losing all wall breakers. I've just explained to you why you're losing all your wall breakers, and 8 doesn't make a difference, because if you place 8 wall breakers down, they will all die to splash damage. So you can have 20 wall breakers, they will still die. Okay, so the point being is, if you take 8, what happens is they break the wall that you want them to break, and then they run off and run rampant through the base and blow up walls that you don't want to break. And this leads me on to my next point of jump spells and earthquake spells. This is the same principle. When you're doing a kill squad, you want to force your troops in a certain direction. You want to force them to go where you want them to go, towards that air defense, towards that double bomb location, towards that queen. And what's happening is, if you break the wrong compartments, or break into the wrong compartments, or jump into the wrong compartments, you're then forcing your king or your troops to go in a compartment where you don't want them to go. And therefore, your kill squad might not achieve what you set it out to achieve. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, be more precise with your jump spells, with your wall breakers, with your kill squads. Okay? Stop this wall breaking thing. Now, hopefully this will clear it up, and I do not want to see this again, guys. Everyone should watch this video, or should have seen this video, because I'll post it in chat and in a message in-game. So good luck with these. Good luck with your wall breakers. But please stop doing this. Hopefully you understand what's going on now. Okay?